Hi, my name is Christine. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And in this video I want to show you the Sweet Ice Cream Bundle. So there's this gorgeous stamp set with awesome sentiments, happy birthday, thank you, treat yourself. It's also got ice cream, a cone here, as well as popsicles. So lots of fun things you can do with this stamp set, and I'm going to be using the stamp set with the punch. They're sold together as a bundle for 10% off, or you can buy them individually. And I'm also going to be showcasing the Oh So Ombre paper, which I absolutely love. So that is part of the celebration offerings. And if you spend $60 on anything you want, you can then purchase this. Well, you get it for free. It's one of your free items. There's stamp sets and there's papers. So I love this Oh So Ombre paper. And I'll show it to you a little bit more. So I've already cut my card base. I'm using basic white in thick, so it's going to stand up a little nicer if people want to display it. And I'm putting a layer of Blackberry Bliss down. And I'm going to grab my glasses before I go too far because I need to line this up. So I have cut a super thin border on this because I want the Oh So Ombre paper to really be the star, along with our ice cream. So we're going to have a super thin white border around this. And then I'm going to put down my first layer of Oh So Ombre. So this is really fun. What I've done is I've cut my designer series paper. It comes in 6x6 sheets. So I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. Then I use the Stitch So Sweetly dies and cut out the centerpiece. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put this piece this way with that ombre kind of fading out to the bottom. And then I'm going to flip this piece up. So you're going to see some contrast here once I put it together. So in the smaller piece, the ombre is going up top. I just find it a really fun effect. You can do this with any die as well. So this is the flip side to the Blackberry Bliss. It's Granny Apple Green. And it's also got Bermuda Bay, and Rococo Rose is the flip side to that one. So really nice brights that go with a lot. And also there's this pattern sheet. And the next card I'm going to make is the non-pattern sheet. Sorry, I'm just fighting with my glue here. The non-pattern sheets also, they almost have like a shimmer to them, like a very light shimmer. They're just gorgeous. I think the patterned one has it as well, but it's not as noticeable. All right. So our frame is down, and I'm just going to set the card base aside, and we'll do the rest of it. So, don't need this piece right away either. What we do need is some whisper white, or basic white I should say. Sorry, I was ready and now I'm not. All right, so we need to make some ice cream. So to make the cone, I'm going to use cinnamon cider. I like how it kind of looks like gingerbread or waffle cone in this case. So these are the clear stamps, the photopolymer stamps, which I know some people really prefer. When I'm using my photopolymer stamps, I like to stamp onto this old, mouse pad that I've got, just because there's no cushioning to these stamps, right? So this adds just a little bit of cushioning to ensure you have a nice crisp image. And I'm just going to flip this guy over to see. So I want my bottom of my cone towards, I think, this way. And most of these stamps are what's called two-step stamps. So you've got your one image, and then you can put a pattern in the other one. So in this case, I'm going to use this really cute little waffle cone pattern. And Here we go. Can you see that? Isn't that adorable? Love it. And depending where you're watching from, it's quite wintry here, but I'm playing with ice cream because it makes me think of summer and that makes me happy. So we'll set the cinnamon cider aside for now. I'm just going to punch out this cone and get them out of the way and we can make some ice cream. So I'm just lining that up, pressing part way down, and when I'm happy with the alignment, I punch it all the way through. So next, I'm going to use, I like the way the Blushing Bride looks with this paper. So it's kind of like strawberry ice cream, I guess, which I quite like. And I'm just going to check the orientation of this guy. So I kind of want the bottom of the scoop going that way. We'll go this way. And I'm going to make a double scoop of ice cream because it's even better than just one. So with the ice cream, you can add sprinkles to it, which I'm going to do. Because I'm using the Blackberry Bliss paper, I'll pull that into the sprinkles as well. Just lightly tapping the ink on that. And I'm only going to put the sprinkles on one because they're going to be stacked together. There we go. All right. So we'll cut out our cone and put that together. Oh wow, I wasn't thinking that through. Let me redo that one. Goodness gracious. It's been a really long day and it totally felt like Monday times 2 even though it's only Tuesday. So yeah, that's how my day is going. But that's okay. All right. Take 2. Just trying to line that up in the center. There we go. So we will set all of that aside and build our ice cream cones. I'm going to get rid of, I don't want to get glue on my lovely mouse pad. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm just using liquid glue to build this guy. So we're going to put our non-sprinkled one down first. And then we'll add our sprinkles and our second scoop. There we go. And I'm going to use dimensionals to prop that up on this piece just to have it stand out a bit more. Dimensionals are my all-time favorite thing. They are double-sided foam pieces and they just add a little bit of height. There we go. I'm just going to center that on. There we go. So, I'm going to bring back my other piece over here. So I could just put it together like this, add a little height maybe, and it would be quite, I find quite dramatic looking. But I am going to add one more element, and that's a little bit of ribbon. So this is the ribbon that is part of the ice cream suite. I'm not going to add a ton. Oh, actually, I found some fabric scissors and they're really good for this kind of thing. So I'm just going to add 2 little pieces. Tuck that underneath. And I'm cutting them together like this so that they're about the same length. So I'm going to show you a little trick with the ribbon too, so that you don't have to worry about placing it and whatnot. So I'm going to put a piece of our double-sided tear tape down, and I want the ribbon to be kind of under my layer here, so that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. So I'm just sticking that down. There we go. That's our ribbon pretty much taken care of. So it just adds a little bit of drama. And now I'm going to add some dimensionals and pop that layer up. I don't need to because that ribbon is quite fine, so it wouldn't add a big bump or anything if I didn't do this, but now one thing you may be thinking is I haven't used a sentiment on this card on the front of it, and I find that it's got a fair bit going on all by itself. As simple as it is, I don't feel that it needs to have anything else added. So what I'm going to do is just stamp the inside. So before I fold it, I'm just going to flip it over. We'll turn this one into a birthday card. We will use, what color should I use? Give the Blackberry Bliss a try. I'm going to pull that mouse pad back up because I really want a nice, crisp, happy birthday. I think I need to re-ink this ink pad. I'm noticing I'm not getting quite as clear impression as I would like with it. Just to switch things up a bit, we will switch to Blushing Bride for this rest of it. Happy birthday. Hope it's sweet. So make sure this is straight-ish. And let's add some sprinkles to this too, just to dress it up. I find if I don't decorate the inside of my cards while I'm doing them, they don't always get decorated before they get sent. Oop. Got the ink. So I'll just add a few sprinkles. And that is our lovely birthday card. Put the ink away. And I'm just going to fold this over. Make that fold nice and crisp with the bone folder. So it's actually a super simple design, fun to do, and it has just that wow factor with the ombre paper and the ribbon and this really cute ice cream. I'll show you, I made another one using the other colors in that Oh So Ombre paper. So this is the Bermuda Bay, and I've done the same flippy trick with it. And on the inside, happy birthday, hope it's sweet. So these colors are a little bit more vibrant. So that's our first card, and the second one is a fun fold kind of card. So it opens up this way, and so this is done with the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to do the one for you now with the Rococo Rose. So I'm actually going to start by folding it up so that my two pieces are meeting, and it'll just make things a little bit more easier to line up those two pieces of paper that I've already cut. So this is half a sheet of paper. I'm using the basic white thick paper. So what I've done is I've cut it kind of lengthwise instead of widthwise, and so it's 4 1/4 by 11. And then I've scored it at 2 1/3 on both sides so that it comes together and meets nicely in the middle. And then I took my Rococo Rose, flip side of the Bermuda Bay, and I cut that 5 by 4, and then I could just cut it in half. So actually, I'm going to do this side first. So nothing complicated with this, it's just a fun sort of different layout. And we're going to use our ice cream cone again. So I'm going to start with my dark on the bottom. And I'm just centering that on. And just to switch things up, I'm gonna flip this piece. I'm going to put the dark side on the top. So I like to use my liquid glue when I'm trying to have really straight pieces, because you have just a little bit of time before it sets to rearrange things if needed. So for this, I want to line up, I want my pieces to be lined up on the top and bottom. Not quite. It's a bit sneaky with the two shades. There we go. And then our card's going to open up that way. So, I'm full of glue. So for this one, I've cut out, again, using the Stitch So Sweetly die, so same as the last one. We're going to do a thank you card for this one. So I've got my thank you, and I'm going to use black for a nice dramatic thank you. So our black ink pad is a bit different than our regular ones, so I find I do tend to press a little harder on this one. And I'm moving my stamp around because it's got a pattern on it, and I want to make sure that I've got nice coverage on my stamp. So excuse the top of my head, I just want to make sure I've got that nicely lined up. And there's our nice crisp thank you. If you're wondering what I'm doing off camera, I've got this is my Simply Chamois, and you just add water to it and it cleans your stamps beautifully. And then when it's starting to not clean so well or start to dry out, you just rinse it, wring it out, and you're good to go again. So it's kind of fun. So for this one, I thought I had an extra cone kicking around. I do. Sorry, my kids are making noise. All right, so I've already got a cone that I did earlier, so that's done. I'm going to use Blushing Bride. It's quite a similar color to the Rococo Rose. So we're kind of going for a little bit of tone on tone with this one. I don't know what it is. After supper, my kids have so much energy. All right, so that's that. I'm going to add some sprinkles. For my sprinkles, I'm going to pull in Calypso Coral. Just one of my favorite colors. So we just need sprinkles on the one because they are going to be stacked. 2 scoops. All right. So let's see if I can cut this out without cutting out the other scoop. That's better. There we go. So just take these pieces away and we'll assemble our ice cream. So I'm going to do the same thing, just going to use a little bit of liquid glue. You could also, if you wanted to, like use dimensionals to pop up the ice cream to add a little more of a pop. So before I stick this down, what I wanted to do is I'm going to add some sprinkles because sprinkles are fun. Just to add a little bit more of a pattern to this. So I'm going to pull out my Calypso Coral again. Got dimensional stickers, not stickers, but the other side of them all over the place. And I'm going to pull in the Blushing Bride again as well. It doesn't really matter if they overlap because they're sprinkles. They're kind of free falling. I think that's going to be covered up, but one for good measure. All right, so that's our sprinkles. I'll set this aside, and now I'm going to use my dimensionals and pop up the ice cream. Oh yes, I'm going to test this out because I don't think my ice cream cone is going to cover completely, and I don't want to have dimensionals on the other side of it. So I can see the kind of this top bit is going to be just floating, so we're not going to put anything sticky there. Confirming that that's the right spot. So the important thing when you're doing a card that's a little non-traditional is just to make sure you're testing where your stuff's going, because you don't want to end up sealing your card shut with glue. So because of this, so again, that's another reason I could have put a little bit more there, but I just want to make sure that I've got this lined up. I'm only putting glue on this half so that we don't glue the card shut. So I'm just holding it closed to position this because I do want to center it. That looks pretty good. So I'm just pressing that down. So my ink did not spill over, so did that right. So, and I'm just going to decorate the inside of it. So we're saying thank you with sprinkles on top, because why not? So I'm going to use the Calypso because it's a little bit brighter. So that's our sprinkles, and then I'm going to add some sprinkles. We have some on the front, but we'll put some on the inside too. Just adds a touch of whimsy. So, got it closed, and thank you with sprinkles on top. Lots of room to write your message. This is another one that I had done with the Blackberry Bliss. So exact same card, but just different ombre paper, and I did put a slice on the inside here. So I hope you like these, excuse me, and then they give you some creative ideas. I should mention as well that I'm having my March class is going to be featuring the ice cream suite, and we'll be making popsicles and ice cream and using different products from the ice cream suite. So if you're interested in that one, you just need to have the ice cream bundle, and then it's an extra $10 for class supplies, which you can pay me for. It'll be a Zoom class, and it's March 11th. So if you're interested at all in that, please let me know. You can use this host code to place your order, or contact me directly. And if you're in Ottawa, I can put it as part of my bulk order. So lots of options there. So I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.